I'm Sergio Nunez de Arco. I'm with Andean Naturals, and I'm a quinoa specialist for them because that's all I do all day long. I purchase quinoa in South America. We arrange all the shipping all the way to the United States, and we sell it as an ingredient to the food industry. So we don't have a consumer-facing brand, but we're behind a lot of the consumer-facing brands as their supplier of quinoa. So really our heart is, rather than saying, oh, it's my quinoa, it's really the farmer's quinoa. We get out of the way of the supply chain so our customers can see the farmer, can understand where they farm, who they are, how they farm, and really try and value this product that they're getting. So we see ourselves as a service provider. The day was full of impressive talks. You have, and it's such a diverse audience, you have certifiers and leading thinkers that know the supply chain, the problems in the supply chain, risks of contamination. Then you have brand holders who are concerned about where am I getting my ingredients, how do I protect my brand from environmentalists who are accusing me of using products that destroy the rainforest, for example, in the case of palm oil, or they're looking for better sugars. You have supermarket chains. You have such a diverse audience that I didn't know how to do it otherwise, but just be sincere and open and vulnerable to say, well, this is what we've done with our company. And rather than come and pontificate to an expert crowd, rather get feedback and advice on how do we compete in this war that we're in. For quinoa specifically, it's a smallholder organic family farmer. And in this boom of quinoa, we have an enemy who's the agro-industrial grower who has this contaminated quinoa in large volumes, but very cheap. And the market is confused, and the war really is fought at the supermarket shelf. When you go and you see two types of quinoa, one's $3, the other one's $5, if you're not informed, or you're gonna pick that $3 one every time, right? So it's how do you differentiate, how do you decommoditize? And really it's identifying that, that enemy that we're fighting against. For us, it's the commoditization of quinoa. I look forward to this conference. This is the fourth time I'm here. I remember the first time wanting to learn more about sustainability. And I think it was clear there were so many definitions that it was a segment with every company seemed to have a little bit of a different view. And for me as a company owner, it was very much about how do I make my view of sustainability, how do we define sustainability in our company? So it's about the growers, that they earn a living income. It's about them protecting their lands, that they will have, the lands will be healthy, the soils will be healthy. And it's about providing the consumers with a healthy product that they can come back time after time without getting sick, that's free of chemicals, that's organic. So it's a group of thinkers and helps me understand better what other people are, what's important in sustainability for large companies, small companies, even competitors, colleagues. So one of the first things I heard is sustainability is measurability. So I like to tell stories, as you can tell, and sadly, after a while, people don't believe you unless you show proof. So for us, it's meant hiring a sustainability director who can collect the proof so that when people tell me, oh, you like to have a good impact on the farmers. What's their income now? What was their income last year? Is it improving? Is it stable? As a measure of your success. Well, what's the impact on the environment? You talk about organics, non-GMO. Well, are you really helping the environment? How do you measure that? What's the level of pesticides now? What's the level of nutrients now? What was it last year? So we want to be able to provide all this information, but not get lost either. Rather target the type of information we need for our clients to then communicate to the market. And all that type of knowledge you can't get. I read a lot of publications, but the interactions here are very high level. It's a good, solid group. You have leading companies in the sector, so it's a great spot. I just keep thinking back to, we had comments from the crowd telling us about how, how do you fight this fight? And I never saw it as a fight. And I realized, shoot, we are in a fight and we have to pick sides. And just being wishy-washy on your stances on organics, on GMO, that's not going to work. To compete in the sustainability place, you have to be really genuine. And people don't like wishy-washy people. And you have to be genuine and vulnerable. To be afraid that somebody might not like you because you have that stance. But if that's truly who you are, well, I think you're going to do well in the sustainability segment by being genuine and taking your stance and making it clear. I think that reinforced that thought that I had. So it's good.